And we're live, Clive.
We are live.
Lee Marvin. Always makes me smile. I've told you this, I know, when my uncle was growing up, he used to come in from work, you're either Lee Marvin or Hank Marvin, starving, slang.
Been called it all my life, Hank Marvin.
Exactly,
Starving,
so it all makes me laugh.
Marvin Agler.
So this guy is a bit of a character. It's been a while coming. He's been bullied by his missus, who wears the trousers. We're going to do the 20 questions. Interview to follow at some point.
Maybe when the book's a bit closer to release, eh?
Oh, yeah. So, short answers these, yeah? This is to give people a taste, find out who you are.
Yeah.
He's a little bit nervous, bless him.
Nervous.
So, first question that weren't down there.
Yeah.
I will be eternally grateful. You have made a great contribution to my second book, Unlocking Strangeways.
Yes, I have.
Link in the description.
Yes.
In one sentence, why have you done that?
To try to make people be aware of the life that you can lead if you go down the wrong path. Which is very easy to go down at the moment, and very easy to go down the wrong path.
You want to put your story out there?
Definitely got a story to tell, yep. My story's one of a kind.
Okay. There's more than 20 questions.
Okay.
I've specially prepared these.
All right, Sam.
Okay, first one. We'll start with a few easy ones, eh?
Okay.
Beer or lager?
Water.
So you don't drink?
No, I'd never drunk, really. Never drunk. I went to India and got addicted to alcohol while I was over there, but for a couple of weeks, and I come back and I never drunk again.
Okay. Savoury or sweet?
Savoury, man.
Jeans or trackies?
I would say trackies all the time, but then now I would start edging towards a pair of jeans.
G-Star Raw?
G-Star Raw, yeah, all my clothes are G-Star Raw.
Can I just say, all the young offenders wore them when I was in Forest Point.
Yeah, I know. I only buy them because of the thick quality clothes, that's all. It's nothing to do with the name or anything like that.
What is crack cocaine?
Crack cocaine is a form of cocaine that is very easy to make with bicarbonate of soda or other products you can use as well. So the powder cocaine you get, sometimes they will freebase it as a powder, and
what's that mean?
They'll wash it in water with the bicarbonate of soda, and it causes a chemical reaction. It takes all the impurities out of cocaine, hardens the cocaine into crack cocaine, makes it extremely strong. So you can snort the crack and you will feel exactly like powder cocaine. I mean, there's been times when I've been around like drug users and whatnot, and I've got a lighter to the powder cocaine and I've melted it until it's been freebased. That's all, basically sniffing crack cocaine. Yeah.
How many prison sentences, roughly?
How many prison sentences? Well, I was born in prison. I was born in HMP style, so that was the first time I went to prison.
Right, you're spoiling me questions now. Just answer the question.
Right. How many times have I been to prison? Sorry, probably roughly. About 20.
Again, short answers. Is the prison service institutionally racist?
I would say no. I'd say no.
We'll leave it at that, yeah? Do you trust me?
I have trust for you. I have trust for you. Yeah, I trust you, yeah.
It took a while to get that out, didn't it?
Yeah, you know why though? You know what it is though, Sam? I've got these invisible like protection, like my...
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Is there, it's always up.
Again, short answer, yeah. What makes a good prison officer?
An honest man. Definitely honesty.
Okay, we'll keep that, that's good.
Can I just say, I've had prison officers, the worst prison officers in the system. Some of them have turned out decent because they're honest, they're straightforward. They'll tell you when they don't like you. They'll tell you why they don't like you. Or they'll say, I just don't like prisoners, which is fair enough.
So you prefer honesty and bluntness rather than somebody who was false?
Definitely.
Which goes on to what I always say, you know, when people ask me for advice who are going to be prison officers, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Worst thing about prison?
The being off the streets. That is it.
Family?
Well, I never really had family as such, but yeah, I think missing people, and it's just missing the street. I used to look from Strangeways, look out and see Manchester City Centre and think, I want to be back on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been close to death?
A couple of times I've been shot,
That's enough.
Yeah. A few times, yeah.
Beef or pork?
None. I don't eat meat, I don't eat fish. I watch too many YouTube videos on eating dogs in Korea.
So are you a vegetarian or a vegan?
I just don't eat meat, fish. I don't drink milk or anything like that. But I wouldn't class myself as any of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that. One thing you'd change about yourself?
Probably my addictive personality.
Cool, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you know who Mr. Burt is?
Know Mr. Burt very well. He sat me down one day in his office and told me I'd run his wing in Strangeways because my name was about that much.
So Mr. Burt, for those of you who don't know, he's a senior officer I worked under. He then got promoted to principal officer and a governor.
Yeah.
One of my favourite people
Straight
ever.
fella.
Straight fella.
Straight fella.
You could have a ding dong with him.
Oh yeah.
And he'd be straight.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah.
Which is a great quality.
Well, he knew I was running around the wings doing like hits and debt retrieval and debt recovery agents, all sorts of stuff I was doing on the wings. So he knew I was active. So he had his eye on me, Mr. Burt. Yeah, I think he sent me to a punishment prison one time.
Does prison work?
It stops people committing crime because it keeps them off the street.
That's all I've ever said it's good at.
That's all.
Protecting the public and keeping people locked up.
There's nothing else to it.
Favourite food?
Crisps.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I'm surprised by that answer. Does your lass like me?
Yes. She's got a lot of like Kira's been interviewed as well. Kira was my partner. She got a connection to you from when you sat in our kitchen the very first time we met, and she started telling you a story about what happened to her, and your head sort of connected to her straight away, didn't you? Very strange. Very strange. Yeah, very strange.
Do you think in life people make their own minds up about other people and are not influenced by what people might say?
No, it's the opposite. Everyone is influenced by what people say.
Sadly.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
What trait do you most hate in people?
What trait would I hate in somebody? You know, I've got no hate for people. I just don't like sex offenders, anything. And actually, I've changed my view on crime as well. I'm not a criminal anymore. I don't commit crime. I'm actually anti-crime. I've always been addicted to a drug, so I hate drug dealers, believe it or not. I just can't stand them for the fact that they've always sold me something. I've got loads of people who I know. I wouldn't call one of them who's a drug dealer my friend. I'd call him an associate because I used to give them money. But they're not my friends, and he never was my friend. Because if I was skint, he wouldn't give me 10 rocks of crack, would they, for free? They'd tell me to go and rob a granny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair dues. Can you cook?
Yeah.
Do you drive?
No.
Worst habit?
Worst habit? What habits do I have? I don't think I've got any habits to that.
Not now.
No, not now. No habits, no.
We'll leave it at that then, yeah?
I'll tell you what habits I've got. Learning knowledge. Learning occult, arcane, esoteric knowledge. Yeah. Since I got diagnosed with a frontal lobe brain tumour, I believe my third eye was, your higher self being inner.
People have found that you've got a spiritual self.
Got a very spiritual
I'll tell you
self,
about this guy. He speaks way better than me, quite eloquently. He writes well as well, and you were educated in prison.
I was educated in prison, yeah, definitely,
so, you know, people have questioned me before. I'm not saying education isn't a good thing in prison, but education isn't necessarily going to get people in employment.
No.
Is it?
No.
What do you think about knife crime?
I don't really like knives. I think knives are quite dangerous at the minute. I think it's through drill music. I think drill has got a lot to answer for. I know that's
just for people who might not understand, and we get people in other countries. I don't know where it's.
Yeah. All right. So we in England have sort of changed our musical rapping influence and turned it into a thing called. It went from grime, now it's at drill. And drill means sticking a knife and penetrating. A drill means drilling someone, like as a drill. You drill with a drill. You drill with a knife. You stick it in as far as you can and make it penetrate as deep as possible. So the young kids at the minute are rapping about stabbing people and watching the ambulances try and save them on the street. And it's like it's kind of a musical genre, but it's not good for England because it's causing the kids to... Yesterday, a young girl got stabbed to death in Liverpool, 12 years of age.
Sadly.
So, the knives, I mean, I know the kids from my estate. One of them gave me a machete one night, said, Marv, I've got a knife there if you want it. And it was a black, like, antique machete, black, but just so deadly. And he just pulled it out of his coat. You'd never known he had it down his coat. And I've, dangerous.
So maybe you've answered the next question or some of it. How do we stop it? So it's do you think educating kids back in school? Because I'm all for that. And I've said this before. You know, whether it be talking about abuse, talking about drugs, talking about crime, talking about anything that can, just preparing them for life now.
Yeah.
Do you think that could have influence or not?
Definitely. That's what it needs. It needs to start at like a school level. I mean, I think a lot of parents think they've got not got a lot to answer for, parents. But I think parents have got more to answer for than they make out, because if you give your child the best mobile phone at 8-9 years of age, what has that child got to learn to strive for? What will he educate himself for if he knows his mum or dad are going to give him the best of everything without doing anything anyway? Like, you know, give him the shittest phone and say, when you've passed this course, when you've done this exam, when you've passed this test, when I get this good report, I'll get you better. Give you something to aim for. The kids have got everything now, so what else can they do?
So do you think family values are really important?
Family values are very important, yeah. See, yeah, definitely.
Do you think now adults, parents, with, you know, social media being what it is, do you think parents are under pressure to give kids everything they need and want?
They do, yeah. They've got to now, haven't they? It's all photography, it's all photos, pictures, selfies. I mean, I was in and out of the prison system through the 90s and the noughties, and I missed the phone vibe. When I went to jail, more or less, it was little phones, in and out like a yo-yo, addicted to crack, in and out. By the time I get to my 30s, better phones, right? I missed it all. So now I just see all the kids with the best £1,000 phone.
And trainers. And whatever,
handbag or whatever else. So that kid is going to sit in his bedroom, he's got everything, he's bored, he's got nothing to strive for, to educate himself for.
Look at my daughter, right? First time we bought my daughter a decent pair of trainers, I took her to Trafford Centre.
Yeah.
She could have had what she wanted.
Yeah.
She picked a pair of Nikes, I think they were on sale, about 70 quid, right? You know, and I knew the first pair she saw, she clocked them, she went round with it, do you want them? She's never been about money. She thought that were a lot of money.
Yeah.
However,
it's not a lot now, is
one
it?
of her mates, mum and dad, paid 500 quid for a pair of... So me, 500 quid, take a step back.
Yeah. Well, money's relative to what you've got in it. So you can buy, some people buy a £40 handbag, and they think they feel great in it. Some people wouldn't be seen dead.
Well, they buy the handbag. With a £400 handbag. Likes.
But some people wouldn't be seen dead with a £400 handbag. There's some people who would buy a £4,000 handbag, what's perfectly normal, and won't be seen dead with a £400 handbag, Sam. So it's relative richness, isn't it? It's how you
it is
how you feel.
You know, I look at our lass, she buys something because she likes it.
Yeah.
Not for like a sort of status symbol.
Yeah, so
you know, she'll buy a bloody dinosaur rucksack for 25 quid. She wouldn't.
Yeah, so it's materialism at the minute, and everyone's striving to get the best.
And I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Ever been stabbed?
Yes, a couple of times.
Ever been shot?
Yes, got bullet holes in me, been
Next one,
shot.
I know the answer to this. Jerk chicken or goat curry?
I think they both sound disgusting. I wouldn't eat a goat and I wouldn't
Did you used to eat meat?
I used to like meat, yeah, but then I stopped eating meat, and then I met a sacred cow in India that would come and dance for me. A cow came with bells on it, and there was a sage there, a mystic.
What's to say? A mystic,
A mystic. And he came to me, and he sort of made me aware that the cow was attracted to me, like, and it started dancing for me, doing a dance. Yeah.
You do realise how bizarre this sounds, don't you?
Yeah, but it's the God's honest truth, yeah. The God's
Well, honesty, we've already said honesty.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you did have a bit of an awakening. What your lass always says about you?
Self-realisation. I started learning knowledge. I knew I was Greek all my life, so I knew that the Greeks were like the ones who sort of started civilising the planet in a certain ways. So I started learning a lot about Greek history. And
no, that's a good thing. What your lass always says about you, that you know you have got a good heart. Yeah, you know some of the past you've been down or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Dark or milk chocolate?
Milk.
Favourite colour?
Is gold. Sunshine, consciousness, isn't it? Everything's consciousness.
Is that all gold you're wearing?
Yeah, it's Makira's dad's this.
Is it?
Yeah, when he passed away, he sort of left us the bits of gold. So I just wear. I'm only wearing it thin. I don't normally wear it, to be honest with you. Not often. I wear the bits of it, but not much.
Cool.
That's to keep it low key.
We've already answered this. This is the last question. I'll thank you now for your time.
Yes.
Where were you born?
HMP Style, and I was
So
spent a bit of time in there.
Without.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer this for you, right? So there's a good lass to talk to as a social worker, and she's made a little contribution to my book. It's in there. If you see this, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Nice one.
Nice.
No, she said, you know, it's just a quote about childhood, what's happening in childhood, and that how it can lead to.
I was a lost little child. I had the worst childhood you can imagine. Everything was bad. I lost my mum. My mum had to give me up for adoption. Then I was burnt with cigarettes in the orphanage. Then I was adopted out to a Welsh woman and a Jamaican man. Unfortunately, the Jamaican man used to get beat when he was a child in Jamaica. So when he come to England and he adopted me, he thought that it was normal to beat children. So he used to go a bit into town on me sometimes. So that was another one. I used to wee the bed a lot. I used to I'd get beat for weeing the bed. I used to hide my underwear and stuff all around my bedroom. And then I sort of got onto butane gas as a 7-8 year old. Started sniffing gas.
So
I loved that, and I never stopped that. I did that for years.
Right. That is obviously. I'll ask you something now, and we'll finish on that. You still in touch with your dad?
I still love him, yeah. I still love him, my old man, yeah.
Do you know what?
Even though, I'll tell you why I love him. He had nothing. He adopted kids, he fostered kids, and he used to mind kids in the house. So he used to go to work, and my adoptive mum, bless her, she used to just feed all these adoptive children. He'd come, he'd stay for a few weeks, Chinese, African, every different race you can think of I had as like little brothers and sisters sort of thing, yeah. So she was the one who told me I was burnt in the orphanage with cigarettes. So that, and showed me the burns on my back.
I've seen that burn.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, so yeah.
Do you think that's a good place to stop?
Yeah, we'll have a good chat when a bit closer to when the book's out, eh?
Yeah, we will, yeah, definitely. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, mate.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. You know what? I used to be very anti-establishment, but now I'm not, you know. I support the police. I'll be very controversial. I'll tell you why I support the police. They go out every day and catch these the worst monsters in society, yeah, and put them behind that door. That job in itself is admirable. It's a difficult job. It must be hard to do.
Publicity.
And everyone hates them as a group, but they're not a group. It's the individual people who work hard.
Do you think that's same with
I've
prison
been battered
officers?
off the police. They've kicked fuck out of me. I've had fights with them. I've been nicked for assault on police and stuff. One of them said I bit him through a bulletproof vest, got convicted. But now I see the hard work that they do, and I do salute them for it, and that's how I'll end that one.
Good man, cheers.
Yeah.
Lee
Thanks,
Marvin,
guys.
full story.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as well. Got a little Instagram where I do all my pictures, like visual.
I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for your time, mate.
Cheers,
I
mate.
appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.